Hi, and welcome back. So, okay, yeah, it's been 3 months. A lot has been happening. I'm going to try and be as brief as possible. Yeah, because I know these update videos, they're not exciting. There's just stuff. So, what have I been up to this past interim? Okay, so first, you might seem a little bit brighter in here. Yes, it is sunny daytime, but I got a bunch of cheap LED tubes, and I got a bunch of free old fluorescent light fixtures, and so I rewired and remounted all these fixtures to run the LED tubes in the garage. So I have 20 LED tubes in 10 different fixtures, brightening the heck out of this garage. Also, all right, sorry about that. I had to look up names because I didn't want to forget anybody's names. Anyway, so there was an awesome fellow Lancia owner. He owns two, and now he has a third one. I helped him load his up in a couple of hours away from here, and I was interested in a couple of body parts if he had them, and he was kind enough to share the parts that he did not need. So he graciously gave me, for helping him load up his trailer all day, a used Scorpion front trunk lid, which is in so much better condition than mine. I'll show you a little quick cutaway of that. It's leaning against the wall, kind of against everything. I'll put everything away, but God, that's going to make my life so much easier as far as dealing with that, even though it does need a fair bit of work. It's nothing like what this is. Also, Craigslist has been very good to me. There was an amazing gentleman named Bob, not too far from here, who he restored a beautiful 427 Cobra and redid the aluminum bodywork on it. And he was gracious enough. He's not doing any more body work, but yeah, he's got literally $1 million car, and he did phenomenal work on it. And he is a brilliant guy, and he's not doing any more. So he put his bodywork tools up for sale, and so I was able to acquire some really good quality tools for it wasn't cheap, but it was a fair price that we both felt good about. I got a nice body shot bag, 45-pound shot bag, and a nice I guess I forgot what kind of plastic this is, but a good bodywork mallet. A number of bodywork dollies, like actually good ones, not crap steel ones. And he fabricated these slappers out of stainless steel himself and TIG welded them together. And yeah, so geez. And I got a nice set of metal shrinker and stretchers, which is going to help to no end, because there are a lot of things I want to do, and these just make the process so much quicker. And I got a bullseye pick. This is a really neat, interesting tool. It's for doing metal finishing and very, very much closing in and zeroing in on very small imperfections when you're trying to get these panels smooth. And so that's just going to be helpful to no end. A couple of things I did do while I was working. I had these motorcycle catalytic converters, which are going to be they're not going to be the pre-cats, they're going to be the post-cats on the Lancia. They had these big huge muffler housings, and I was like looking at these and holding them, and they're just ridiculously heavy, and kind of it's like a big megaphone shape, which was not exactly ideal. And so I decided to cut them apart, and golly, they're a lot smaller and considerably lighter without the big huge heat shields around them. When I do get them mounted into place, I am going to fabricate some pretty thin stainless steel heat shields to go around them, just to keep the engine bay heat under control. But yeah, I think this is going to be a much better solution space-wise. And you might see this little guy down here. I've been going round and round about the headlights on the Lancia. I went so far as to harvest some BMW, you know, headlights from like the 90s with, you know, the separate high beam and the low beam, you know, halo headlights. And I was like looking at them, and they take up a lot of space, and I had to do a lot of offsetting of the brackets to get everything to work properly. And I was like, this is just, you know, this is kind of ridiculous. Why not put in, you know, create an all-in-one solution and just have two headlights, you know, one on each side, and just be done with it. And you know, because I have so many motorcycle parts, I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll just use some motorcycle headlights, which have, you know, are the halogen style with a replaceable bulb, and have their own little adjusters, and I could have done that. But the Lancia, it sort of has a shark nose, and I'll just do a quick cutaway of that. And it's a very distinctive shark nose, and I wanted to really kind of maintain that profile. And so I've been looking around for a while, and I'd seen these, and I thought maybe this would be a good application. We'll see. These are headlights from a 2015 onwards Harley-Davidson Road Glide. They're LED headlights. They are, I think they're pretty cool. You know, they have the little band across for while the running is going on, and for, you know, they're, you know, blindingly bright. And as far as, you know, headlights, they completely function, and they use a lot less power than typical headlights, and so that'll be just, you know, one less thing to be a draw on the engine. As well, the housings are very lightweight, and they have this kind of shark nose profile, which I think is going to work out pretty neat on this car. So yeah, I've been doing getting a lot of bodywork stuff and just watching tons of bodywork videos, and I started looking at this, and, you know, they didn't make a lot of these, and the things I want to do to this are kind of extensive, and so you feel a little bit kind of precious about just, you know, pulling parts off and learning how to do body work on this. And, you know, I'm sure I probably could, and this would probably be a really good teacher, but I didn't want to screw up while learning how to do this. And so I found myself a substitute teacher. Hello. Hear that sound now? Does it look like this car should sound like that? Hi, and welcome back to this channel of whatever it is. Yeah, this kind of followed me home. It's very sticky. I was 3 hours away each way, and what it is a 1976 Fiat 128, either Familiar or Panorama, depending on whatever they were calling it at the time. What this is a 1300cc, 1.3 liter, front-engined, front-wheel drive, Italian legend. And I couldn't help myself. Let's see. It was, I got it sort of up in Vacaville, California. And I know it's hard to believe, but this was sitting for 40 years. So, yeah, there's some lichen, and let me show you a little bit more about the car. Alright, since we don't have a camera battery, it's hooked up to power, so we're just going to drag around all the power. Cords everywhere. All right. Okay, and the Familiar, if you can tell, this is a 3-door wagon. This is like kind of one of the births of the hot hatches that basically are everywhere now. Let's see. Do I need to make it a little bit lighter? There we go. Here we can see it. All right. And yes, it's a fairly cobwebby, dirty old place to be, but these back seats fold forward, and there is just a ton of space in these cars. They were amazingly engineered to be as spacious as possible and carry as much as possible. Listen to that. That's amazing. This is the... Alright, now I gotta dial it back down the other direction. There we go. This is the hatchback for it. And it's just cavernous, spacious, little tiny car. It's really amazingly done. Of course, this car only weighs, I think at the most, around 1,600, 1,700 pounds, like less than a ton. And yeah, of course it doesn't make a lot of power with the little 1.3 liter engine. I gotta open it from the other side. Let's see. There we go. I gotta pull the lever back. And there is the engine. Yes, everything. It's filthy. No doubt about it. But it's really surprisingly complete. Still there. Yeah, I mean, yes, there's rust. I mean, there's always going to be rust with any old Fiat that hasn't been, indoors all its life. But I think this is going to be quite fun to clean up and fix up. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's cleaning up and fixing up, getting rid of all the lichen, because lichen is a an amazing thing, but I don't want it on the car. None of the wheels were frozen up. None of the brakes were frozen up. It's just astonishing the condition of the car for how long it's sat. It was I found it on Facebook Marketplace, like you do, and it was being advertised by a demolition company that let's see, and the name of the demolition company is Lightning Demolitions. So if you ever need any demolition work in the sort of Vacaville area, east of San Francisco, they're just wonderful people. And what they did is they demolished an RV on the property of these homeowners. That it was their old RV that they were living in when they were building the house back in the 1980s, when they parked this. They got this for their daughter. And these people were just so sweet, so wonderful. And thank you. I want to, if they're ever watching this, I want to thank them for being so hospitable and helpful in getting me, helping me load this up on the U-Haul trailer. So, without much further ado, let's see what this looks like after a sort of a rough cleaning. Because I'm not going to detail it, but I just want to get it unsticky so that I can at least put a cover on it and it doesn't stick to the cover. All right. Okay, so we have a better understanding now of the condition of this neat little car. I'm gonna probably have to give it a nickname, and I don't know, man. This is gonna be teaching me a lot, so I don't know if I should call it the professor or the master. I don't know, but yeah. So. Let me just take you on a short little tour of kind of everything that needs to be done. So I gather up these stupid cords. Alright. So, yeah, it cleaned up a heck of a lot better. Of course, everything looks so much better on camera than in real life. That's how it always seems to go. Yeah, it's pretty clean, except we got like a little dingy there, and that's not too bad. I mean, really, for the driver's side, it's pretty darn good. Yeah, we've got some rust, I'm sure, underneath this the windshield. Yeah, all that needs to be repaired. And yeah, these were completely plugged up. And oh yeah, these little plastic grills survived 40 years, but one of the things did not survive the first day with me. I guess that's how it goes. I tried to be careful. Let's see. Pop open the door ski. And yeah, alright, so that's, and it's not bad. It's amazingly the driver's side seat is in way better condition than the passenger seat. I mean, it's usually always the opposite. But yeah, so there's the instruments, and I just freaking love this dashboard. This radio. It's like just, you know, your standard basic, it says solid state radio. I don't even know if it's FM. It might be just AM. But look how cool that is. And, you know, just, I don't know, man. And it just smells. The smell of the old vinyl is just so great in these cars. The back seat is in really good condition, too. I mean, for what it is. I mean, it's not saying it's in great condition, but it's, for sitting around for 40 years, for being a 50-year-old car, not bad. 76 to, what is it, 2023, so that's almost 50 years old. Yeah, the headlights, you know, if they worked, I mean, they look new, basically. Yeah, this I think happened fairly recently because there's no rust at all in this sheet metal. So I think this must have been something that happened just very shortly before I got the car. But that's okay. This is an opportunity to learn. The other side is perfect, so I will learn how to do a little bit of metal finishing here. And, oh, sorry. I've been totally blowing you out this whole time and not paying any attention to it. Okay. So yeah, there's that. There's the damage. All this side trim, this is ridiculous. A little more rust on the cowl, which is to be expected. We got a little door dinghy, very shallow little dent in there. That's a nice little opportunity to learn how to do some dent repair. Oh, there, maybe you can see that better that way. And really, for the two sides, that's really all there is, all the damage there is. On the very back here, you can kind of see, I think this is kind of pushed in very shallowly here. But really, I mean, that's it. The other side is nice and perfect. Fiat 128. It's the little 1300 script. That's barely hanging on. I don't know, maybe that's not going to survive. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, oh yeah, okay. Well, there we go. I thought there was a little something. There's a little damagey dinghy right there. That's another opportunity to learn. But oh, and I guess, you know, kind of looking down, kind of close to the leading edge of the driver's door. There's a little bit of a thing, you know, but really, for an old car like this, my goodness gracious, you think that it would just be beat to crap. And it's just cavernous again. Okay, yeah, no. That close right? Alright, so, okay, I'm noticing a little misalignment right there. Don't know what that is. The other side looks perfect, so well, one more thing to check out, but yeah, so there's some things that need attention on it body-wise, but I don't think hardly anything other than maybe that corner right there would affect the driving of the car. These wheels are just, I mean, there were some of the wheels that were on the Scorpion and some Maserati by Turbo ones. They're okay. The Maserati ones are better, but still, these tires are huge for this car. The little tiny ones that were in the back are these little 13-inch ones that are maybe 4.5 inches wide, 4 inches wide. Anyway, they were completely dry rotted to nothing. Not holding any air, just barely holding on in existence. But yeah, so this will be a fun project, and hopefully we can get her on the road, zooming around. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me.